All right, guys, today I'm going to show you how to use OBS to start streaming. Um, so first things first, obviously if you don't have it, you need to download it. You're going to open up your browser and you're going to Google OBS download right here, their main website, and download the installer. Simple as that. Now, when you open it up, it's going to look something like this, but you're not going to have anything in these two boxes because you haven't started get things ready yet. So to start, first things first, these two boxes here, we'll get more into this later. This box on the left, this is your preview box. The box on the right is your live box. So whatever is appearing here on the right is what's actually going to be showing live in your stream. So this is why OBS is nice, because you can be on the left here, switching between different scenes, setting them up to what you need without your viewers seeing. And then when you're ready, you can transition it over to the live on what's actually showing. But more into that later. I just wanted to throw that out there right at the beginning. So to get started, first thing you got to do is go down to settings, because you need to choose on whether you're streaming to Twitch, YouTube, or whatever platform. So you go to stream, you select either Twitch, YouTube, whatever you need, and you hit connect account. You follow the few simple steps that they give you, whether it's Twitch or YouTube, and it'll connect, and you hit apply. Now, when you hit apply, you're going to get a couple boxes that show up. Up here are the docs. Now, these are going to pop up automatically once you connect and hit apply. The first one is going to be your chat, your Twitch chat or YouTube chat. And the other one is going to be your stream information box, which is where you can change the title of your stream and all that type of stuff. Now I have a second monitor where I have OBS up and I have the Twitch Stream Manager page up on their website. So I don't need these docs because I can do all this through the website. But if you want them, they're available to you. If you accidentally got rid of them, you can just go right back up here to the docs and reselect them and they'll appear again. So back into settings. So you have Twitch or YouTube selected. Next is your output. So this is important because you need to choose your bit rate. Now, you're going to leave the output on simple. For bit rate, if you're on Twitch, I highly recommend streaming in 720p, 60 frames per second. This is because when you're not affiliated, which I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you're not affiliated because you're probably just starting out. You don't want to do 1080p when you're not affiliated because it's all about what the viewer's internet connection is. So if you're streaming at 1080p 60 frames and you're at the max 6000 bit rate that Twitch offers, if you're not affiliated, your viewer cannot select lower resolutions on their phone or whatever device they're using to make it easier for them to watch. So it's better to stay at 720p until you're affiliated. And then if things go good, like I say, it makes your stream more accessible to everybody. And then once you get affiliated, if you want to start doing 1080p at that point, then you can increase the bit rate. So for 720p, you're going to want to be at 4500 bit rate. You're not going to want any more than that. Like I say, 6000 is the Twitch soft cap, but 6000 is overkill for 720p. You don't need that. So 4500, if you do want to do 1080p because you don't care, then do the full 6000. And once you decide that, before you click apply, you need to make sure for video encoder, you don't want software 264 selected. That's your processor. You don't want your CPU doing all the video encoding. You want the one below, the NVENC. So I have an NVIDIA card. I'm not sure if this says something differently for AMD, but for NVIDIA, it's going to say this. That's what you want. That makes sure that your graphics card is doing all the work to do the video encoding. And encoder preset, I would just leave it on the default good quality P5. So you select your bit rate, make sure that's good, and hit apply. So for the case of this, we're going to act like we're doing 720p streaming. So I would click 4500 and hit apply. Next is your audio. So for audio, you just want to pretty much leave everything alone up here, whatever the default is. Down here, now this affects what is down here in your audio mixer. So just to keep it simple for this video, you really only need two things: your desktop audio, which just leave it on default, and whatever microphone you're using. Make sure you select your actual microphone. I'm using a Fifine microphone, but that's based off of whatever you have. Once you hit apply, they will appear down here. With desktop audio, anything that is playing, making any kind of noise on your desktop, that will appear in your stream. And then your microphone. I will do a separate video at some point on how to tweak all the sound stuff, make your microphone sound better, all that type of stuff. But for the sake of this video, we'll just leave it alone with desktop audio and your microphone. Hit apply. And then finally the video. Now your base canvas. Your base canvas is what resolution these two boxes in OBS are being displayed as. So most people, you always want to leave this at 1080p, 1920 by 1080. Your output resolution is what your stream is actually going to broadcast in. It's not going to let me change this because I'm in recording right now. But you would want to, like I say, if you're on Twitch and you're just starting out, not affiliated, I would put it on 720p. And obviously if you want to do 1080p, then that's up to you. So you would select it there and then choose your FPS. Most people obviously are going to want 60 frames and then hit apply. Now at this point, you're technically good to go. You could hit start streaming, but you got to set up a scene and your sources. So you can see here, obviously I have a lot. I have a starting screen. I have a monologue screen, live in lobby, live in game, intermission, ending, all that good stuff. You don't need it. You can do whatever you want. So for the sake of this video, we're just going to act like all you want is just a scene where it's capturing your game and let's just say your webcam. So all you have to do to make a scene, we'll act like this is all blank here. You just need to click the plus sign in the bottom left here. Name it whatever you want, game capture, whatever you want to do. Hit OK. And boom, scene would appear here. Now you actually need to add the source. You actually have to put in the game capture. So under source, you hit the plus sign, you hit game capture, click OK, and name it whatever you want. Now I would just leave this on capture any full screen application, which is the default. You can put it on specific window if you're playing in windowed mode, and then you could specifically select the game, but it's just easier. Just keep it in capture any full screen. Most people are playing in full screen and click OK. So now mine's been doing this weird thing, so I'll just point it out there. For whatever reason, if I add a new source, a lot of the times it appears up here. You can see this little tiny red mark up here. And if I try moving it or dragging it, it'll just disappear and act all weird for whatever reason. I don't know if other people are having this problem, but I just wanted to point it out. Now to fix this, because this is supposed to be my game capture, the whole game I'm playing taking up this screen, all you got to do is right click on the source, hit transform, and then click fit to screen, and boom, it adjusts it. Now you can see the red crop lines. It's perfectly there. If this was some other source you had put in at this point, you could crop it down, drag it around, do whatever you got to do. So now if I were to start up a game right now, it would appear right here. Now you got to set up your webcam. So under sources, you click the plus sign and you click video capture device. Name it whatever you want. As long as your webcam's already plugged into your computer, it should automatically appear right here. Hit activate if it's not already, and then scroll down. I would switch it from default to custom and just make sure you just select everything that you know your webcam is for sure. choose the right resolution. If it's 1080p, make sure you click 1920 by 1080 FPS. Make sure if it's 60 frames, you click 60. That way you just know 100% that your webcam is doing the most that it possibly can do. And then you hit OK. And again, you can see it appeared up here. For whatever reason, it's doing that. So I'm going to right click, hit transform, fit to screen. And then it would appear right here. And then you could crop it down. Your webcam would be showing. You could move it wherever you want, left. Most people keep it on the left or right, in the middle-ish. And then you'd be good to go. Now you can see here, this is the correct way you would want to do it. You want to have your webcam first and then your game capture, because this is the order, the layer of how things are on the screen. So if you had game capture above the camera, all of a sudden your webcam, wherever it was, would disappear because you have the game capture as the first layer. So in this instance, you would want the video capture to be on top. So at this point, you're good to go. All you would have over here is just your one scene with these two things. And at this point, you could hit start streaming or recording if you're doing a video. And you would start broadcasting on Twitch or YouTube, whatever you were doing. Now, the final thing is you need to know how to make stuff go from the preview to the live. Very simple. So let's just say I wanted to have my intermission pop up. So right now, I got the display capture on right now because I'm doing this video. But let's just say this was a game capture. I was playing some game, and that's what you're seeing. Now I have the intermission screen queued up, ready to go. All I would have to do is click here on transition, and it instantly, boom. Now the only thing you're seeing on this video is the intermission screen. If I click it again, boom. Now it goes right back to display capture. So now you would only be seeing the game that I was playing again. The other option is you can do like a fade transition, basically like a PowerPoint style type transition. There's a couple other options here. But if I click that, then it's more of a slow transition into it. Just gives it a little extra effect. So a final piece of advice, I would set up hotkeys. To do that, and what I do is I have it set up so the number pad on my keyboard, I have those numbers set up to quickly transition between all of my different scenes. So if I hit 1, you're going to notice it right here on the preview screen. If I hit 1, it queues up my start screen. 2, queues up my monologue scene. 3 is my lobby scene. 4 is my in-game scene. 5 is my intermission. 6 is my ending. And then I have it set up, just more examples, because I have like a countdown timer in my starting screen. If I hit 8, it resets the timer. You can see there, it just bumped back up to a minute. And then I have it where if I hit 7, it start and stops the clock. So this is just very helpful, so you can do all this on the fly without actually dragging your mouse over to a second monitor and actually physically clicking the transition button. So I have it set up where if I hit 0, it does an instant transmission. Boom. Now it just switched it over immediately. Now that's all you're seeing. If I hit it again, boom. Or I have it so the fade button, if I want to do that style, I hit 9 on the keypad. So this is very helpful. To do this, very simple. You just go down here to the settings on the bottom right, and you go down to hotkeys. They have start streaming, stop streaming. You can make it whatever you want. And as you scroll down, all of your scenes will start appearing. You can see here it says ending, intermission. So whatever you named them, that's how they'll appear in here. And then where it says switch to scene, that's where you could set it on your number pad or whatever key you want. Then obviously hit apply whenever you're done. And now you have hotkeys set up. So that is pretty much a basic rundown. So again, I just want to reiterate, if you're specifically Twitch, 720p, 60 frames, 4500 bit rate. Don't go higher than that until you're affiliated. That way, you're more accessible to people that don't have as good an internet. Because if you're not affiliated, they cannot change on their device whatever they're watching on. They can't alter the resolutions to make it easier for them. Then once you're affiliated, you can bump it up to 1080p, 60 frames, and you can bump the bit rate up to 6,000. At that point, one more thing, if you wanted to increase it to the absolute max 8,000 bit rate that you technically can push Twitch to, which I found out recently, what you have to do is you would go here to stream, and at the bottom, there's a toggle here for ignore streaming device recommendations. If you click that and then you go to the output again, then you can type in 8,000 and you won't get the message at the bottom that says this is going to be locked to 6,000 because that's Twitch's max. So if you really want to push the limits once you're affiliated, you can do that. Or you can technically do it when you're not affiliated. It's entirely up to you. It's just the people that don't have good enough internet that are trying to watch your stream are going to have a hard time, and they're not going to have a way around it, and they're probably just going to leave. So I just wanted to throw that out there again, because those are a couple just important reminders. So I hope this video helps. I'm going to do more down the line, more in-depth stuff. You can see here on my start screen, I have, I have a timer set up, or in my live scene, I have a Twitch viewer count. Let me delete this display capture or actually, no, I can't delete that. Right there, you could see my Twitch viewer count, or I have alerts set up where if somebody followed me, it would appear right here. I have a chat set up where anybody that's chatting, it starts appearing right here on the screen coming up. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do, but I just wanted to make this a basic. You just want to start a basic stream. This is how you can do it. I hope this helps. If you liked it, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I'm going to make more how-to videos like this. I saw a bunch of great videos like this when I first started not too long ago, and I wanted to try to do the same thing to help people out if I could. So we'll see you next time. I hope this helped you.